Hi Libra, welcome to your month ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your support. You know I truly love you and appreciate you for it. So with that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. And they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. What are your actions and interactions with the world at large? Don't get arrested, yeah? Alright, so let's have a look. You got the Nine of Pentacles, right? This is beautiful. So what you're seeking this month is the quality over the quantity. You really don't care what it is that you, well, it's not so much that you don't care what it is that you do. It's just as long as you're interacting with people and having experiences of refinement. So your actions and your interactions, what do? You know, what you're doing in the world, the steps that you're taking. Nine of Pentacles is beauty, it's quality, it's the finer things in life. So this is kind of saying, you know what, if I can only afford to go out and have a dinner, then I will make sure that that is like the best that I can have, right? This is, and when I say quality over quantity, it really is that this month. You're seeking people, conversation, experiences, connections, anything of that sort. You know, and when I say experiences, that could be, like I said, it could be a meal, it could be, you know, a walk out in nature of some sort. It could be anything of that sort, right? Anything that you're experiencing, anything that you're connecting with. It's almost like everything that you do this month has to have an air of quality about it. And interestingly enough, your ruler, Venus, is in the sign of Taurus, I believe, right? So Venus is at home in Taurus, which is, you know, and it's also at home in your sign as well. These are two sides of the same coin, if you like to say, the two sides of Venus, right? So it's really interesting then that your actions and your interactions with the world are very much coming from a place of, I want quality. If it costs me more, if I have to wait for it, that's fine. I can do that. I can take it easy as long as what I get is of the highest caliber. The other thing with the Nine of Pentacles, it also talks about skill. It talks about you crafting something or working on something. So this is something that you could be working on behind the scenes, something that you're not quite ready to launch as yet, but you are putting together nonetheless. You're spending a lot of time, a lot of quality time on this to get it created, to get it ready, so that when you present it, it comes across as something of quality. Really nice, actually. What a lovely way to start the month off. So let's have a look at your money and materials. What's going on with your finances this month? You got the Queen of Wands, right? So redefining your boundaries when it comes to finances. It could very well be as well that the Queen of Wands, a fire sign female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody that is fun, vibrant, feisty. She's very dynamic. She's very hardworking. She's also very straight talking. All of the Wands cards, especially the Court cards, tend to be very sort of self-explanatory, right? And the Queen of Wands is also tapped into the mysteries. So this, you know, because she falls next to this this Nine of Pentacles, this is a person of refinement. This is somebody that's very affluent, somebody that has nothing to prove to anybody. This is somebody that is either recruiting you, shining on you, wants to help you, wants to possibly even mentor with you. I'll be honest with you, if you're going to align with this person, make sure that you are ready to bring your A game, because this feels for me like the sort of person that it's not so much that they don't give second chances, it's more a case of if they say they want to work with you, they are for real. They intend to show up in the best way, shape or form. They will be bringing their A game, so they will be expecting you to do the same. And if you don't, the chances are it will be that sort of, you know, that first impression sometimes can make or break you. And it very much feels like that. So if somebody wants to work with you, if somebody wants to align with you, or somebody wants to collaborate with you this month, and they happen to be a person of refinement with really good connections to very affluent circles, make sure that, I'm not saying bend over backwards and change who you are. What I'm saying is make sure you bring the best of who you are to whatever collaboration or interaction takes place, because this could really smile on your finances, but it requires you to stand up and be counted, right? If you're going to show up, you better show out. All right, so your communications with the world at large, let's have a look, see. This month you get the Seven of Pentacles. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. This is, you know, these are all cards of take your time, present yourself in the best light. The Seven of Pentacles is about investing your time. It's about taking things slow, and it's ultimately about asking you what resources you have that you're willing to put into what it is that you want, or what it is that you want to create. This is a month for you to really cultivate strong and close relationships, especially with people that are in positions of authority, people that are in positions of rulership. The other thing about this Queen of Wands as well that I want to say to you is you really want to think about your boundaries, right? So if you're working with somebody and collaborating with them, even if they are a big fish and they're bringing all the goods to the table, that doesn't mean that you don't get to define yourself and say, look, okay, this is what I'm prepared to give, this is what I'm willing to give, and that is as far as it goes, right? This is about setting the boundary and setting the intention. The Seven of Pentacles says you've got to be in it for the long haul. There's not going to be any overnight fix here. It's not going to be an overnight windfall or overnight success. But if you cultivate it and you put your time, your effort, your energy and your resources into it, this can be a very, very fruitful month for you. This is almost like where you're laying the foundations. I mean, if you look at him there, like he's gardening, right? He's looking at the pentacles like, I've grown you from scratch. Well, you see the pentacles there and they've taken time to grow, but what were the steps that came before it? You have to rake the ground, you have to make sure that there's you know, that the soil is clear, you've got to make sure that you've got good seeds, you've got to make sure you've got the water, you make sure that you tend to the needs of whatever it is that you're trying to grow. Well, your social circle, and when I say your social circle, I actually mean your professional sphere. Especially, that's what's coming through here. So when it comes to your finances, when it comes to work, when it comes to any of those arenas, you really need to be putting quality time, quality effort and reassurance into your social structure, because that's laying the foundation for what feels like is going to go on to be something quite prosperous for you. All right, so let's have a look at your personal relationships. What's going on in your heart and your hearth? Alright, and this month you get the King of Pentacles. Libra, it is all the earth this year, this week, this month even, right? So this is fantastic. For those of you that are single, the King of Pentacles suggests a couple of things to me. One, there's going to be a select few of you, because you've got the Seven of Pentacles there. You're like, you know what? I ain't even here for relationships this month. I'm here for my bag, right? I'm here for my money, and that is all I care about. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's good to stay focused on your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. For other single Libras, the message that's coming through here is if you do meet somebody, the chances are this is going to be somebody that is older than you. It will be somebody that is older in you than years, and somebody that is very well established in and of themselves. There's nothing that they want or need from you. If anything, they could be very life enhancing for you. But the chances are this person that you meet will either be very old in their outlook, or they will be older in, like they'll be wise for their years, so to speak, or they will be older than you. That's the feeling that's coming through, right? Now, if you're partnered, this is totally different. If you're partnered, this looks like a very fruitful month for you. It looks really good for your relationship because it suggests that you're reaching the peak. It suggests that you're reaching those heights. This is about your relationship finally getting on track and both of you looking at each other and saying, you know what, yeah, this is my ride or die. I'm in with this person. I'm in it with them for the long haul, which is absolutely beautiful, right? It's a really good place to be. Also, for those of you that are seeking a partner, The King of Pentacles could be very well be an earth sign male, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo, you know, or a female. It could even, and again, for the guys that are watching this that are Libras, it could very well be that this person is already highly successful. Right, so this isn't the sort of chick that needs, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but this isn't the sort of chick that needs anything from you. She's already out here flossing. She's got her own, right? So really, if anything, whoever, you know, whatever side of the fence you're on, whoever you date, is irrelevant. This person is already set and established within themselves. They have their own resources and they also have their own success. So, you know, it's a win-win situation as far as I'm concerned. All right, so let's have a look at your weeks of the month, right? So your first week of June. You've got the Emperor card, right? So the Emperor right underneath the Nine of Pentacles. This is about refinement, and it's also about the quality of conversation and also the quality of alignment. So this will be you seeking, if you're looking at institutions like hospitals, if you're looking at anything to do with schooling, anything to do with artwork as well. If you're buying art, you'll, you know, spend the money. You'll get what you pay for this month. I can definitely guarantee you that. Anything that you're spending money on this month, make sure that it's the quality. And if you look at it and you think, oh, do you know what, that price is high, but I know what I'm getting, what I paid for, spend the money. Your urge to do that. Don't go crazy and start, you know, remortgaging the house and stuff, for God's sake. But really be conscious that whatever looks like it is quality, obviously make sure it is that quality, but you can trust that whatever you buy this month, even if it costs a lot, you'll be getting what you pay for. The second week of the month, you've got the Chariot card. Beautiful, victory, success. There's a really strong collaboration coming in here that can set you up financially very nicely. The Seven of Wands is Seven of Wands. The Chariot card is number 7. That's why I was saying that. And then you've got the Queen of Wands. The Chariot card is victory, success, but it's also a successful outcome for work that you've already put in. So for some of you, this could be a process that's already ongoing. It could be that up until now you've been deliberating on working with somebody specific, and now you start to see the results of that. You know, so it's going to be an interesting month. That second week of the month as well is going to be very fast. Things will move quite quickly. The whole tone of the month is quite sort of easy breezy, take your time about everything. But that second week of the month, you're going to be very, very busy and things will move very, very quickly. The third week, the Seven of Pentacles and the Fool card, right? So really nice. I mean, the Fool card brings you new things, new places, new people, new stimulus, but it's also fated events. And the fact that it falls underneath that Seven of Pentacles, you really need to pay attention to cultivating. So when new people come into your life this month, obviously, 1, be discerning about who they truly are. And 2, if this person seems like somebody that can really help you get ahead, make sure that you cultivate that. Make sure that you really show the best of who you are. And one of the things that I have to say to you as well is be authentic this month. I'm not saying that you're not or that you wouldn't be, but this is the month to really shine as who you are as opposed to who you think you should be. Right, this person, this big fish that's coming in, they're not looking for who they want you to be. They're looking for somebody that can hold their own. You will get way much more respect out of them if you come as you are. Don't try to make your decisions based on what you think they want to hear. Base them on what is mutually beneficial. And, you know, fucking hell, you're a Libra. It's what you do. So your fourth week of the month, you've got the Moon card, right? Interesting times. The Moon card but does suggest that there is something where you're looking over the past here. I gotta say though, just with the cards that have come up, this Moon card really does suggest to me that this person is definitely going to be older than you. For those of you that are single, excuse me. For those of you that are single, this person is definitely going to be older than you. For those of you that are partnered, the feeling that I get from the moon card is basically saying to you, what is it in your past that you guys said you would do together? Because this is a month where you can lay the foundations to succeed at it. There's something that you guys collectively, so you and your partner, put on the back burner and said, you know what, one day we'll get round to that, and it's kind of like you haven't. Well, you've got a chance to make that a reality this month, so tap into that energy. And then finally, your key to the month. Let's have a look, see what is going on there. Alright, and this month you get the 7 of Wands. Look at that. Well, isn't that strange? Earlier I said the 7 of Wands and there it is, right? So there is definitely something about setting your boundaries here, right? There's, because the Queen of Wands, like I said, aside from everything else that she represents for you this month, she also represents you setting you reaffirming your boundaries, right? And the 7 of Wands is about defending your viewpoint. It says that you have the moral high ground, but you need to stand your ground. So it's a very interesting card in that respect. So yeah, it's really important. Like I said, don't be a facade of yourself based on what you think somebody else wants or needs or wants to hear. Be your authentic self and let that come through. That's really important. And then also you've got 2 7s here, 3 7s here this month, because you've got the Chariot card, that's number 7. You've got the 7 of Pentacles, and then you've got the 7 of Wands. The number 7 is all about introspection. It's all about analysis. It's all about really looking at things in detail. It's about going within to find out, or rather to remember and reaffirm and reestablish who you are, so that no matter what happens or no matter who you align with or who you collaborate with, you don't lose yourself and your own goals in the process. So if it's not too personal, let me know how it works out for you. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month, and I'll see you very soon.